Welcome to RLP Audiobooks channel, the channel that brings forgotten books back to life in audio format, so you can listen to whenever and wherever you desire, whether you're driving, chilling, and even sleeping. Please consider subscribing to the channel and click the notifications button so you don't miss out on any other videos. Now, relax, listen, ponder, and enjoy.
Surah 108. Al-Kawthar. Context. Period of revelation. Ibn Marduyah has quoted Abdullah bin Abbas, Abdullah bin Az-Zubair, and Aisha, as saying that this surah is Meccan. Kalbi and Muqatil also regard it as Meccan, and the same is the view held by the majority of commentators. But Hassan Basri, Ikrimah, Mujahid, and Qatada regard it as Medinan. Imam Suyuti, in Al-Itqan, has confirmed this same view, and Imam Nawawi, in his commentary of the Sahih of Muslim, has also preferred the same. The reason for this assumption is the tradition which traditionists of the rank of Imam Ahmed, Muslim, Abu Dawud, Nasai, Ibn Abi Shaybah, Ibn al-Munzir, Ibn Marduyah, Bayhaqi, and others have related from Anas bin Malik, saying,
"The Holy Prophet was among us. In the meantime he dozed, then he raised his head smiling. According to some traditions, the people asked what for he was smiling. According to others he himself told them that a surah had just been revealed to him. Then, with Bismillah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, he recited Surah Al-Kawthar. Then he asked the people whether they knew what Al-Kawthar was. When they said that God and his messenger had the best knowledge, he said, 'It is a river, which my Lord has granted me in paradise.'"
The basis of the reasoning from this tradition, for this surah's being Medinan, is that Anas belonged to Medina, and his saying that this surah was revealed in his presence, is a proof that it was Medinan. But, in the first place, from this same Anas, Imam Ahmed, Bukhari, Muslim, Abu Dawud, Tirmizi, and Ibn Jarir, have related the traditions which say that this river of paradise Al-Kawthar had been shown to the Prophet on the occasion of the Ascension.
Miraj.
And everyone knows that Ascension had taken place at Mecca, before the migration, Hijrah. Secondly, when during the Ascension, the Prophet had not only been informed of this gift of God Almighty, but also shown it, there was no reason why this surah should have been revealed at Medina, to give him the good news of it. Thirdly, if in an assembly of the companions, the Holy Prophet himself had given the news of the revelation of this surah, which Anas has mentioned in his tradition, and it meant that that surah had been revealed for the first time, then it was not possible that well-informed companions like Aisha, Abdullah bin Abbas, and Abdullah bin Zubair should have declared this surah to be a Meccan revelation, and most of the commentators also should have regarded it as Meccan. If the matter is considered carefully, there appears to be a flaw in the tradition from Anas, in that it does not say what was the subject under discussion in the assembly in which the Prophet gave the news about this surah. It is possible that at that time, the Prophet was explaining something. In the meantime, he was informed by revelation that that point was further explained by this surah, and he mentioned the same thing, saying that that surah was revealed to him, just then. Such incidents did take place on several occasions, on the basis of which the commentators have opined about certain verses, that they were revealed twice. This second revelation in fact meant that the verse had been revealed earlier, but on some later occasion, the Prophet's attention was invited to it by revelation, for the second time. In such traditions, the mention of the revelation of a certain verse is not enough to decide whether it was revealed at Mecca or Medina, and when precisely it was revealed. Had this tradition of Anas not been there, to cause doubt, the whole content of this surah by itself bears evidence that it was revealed at Mecca, and in the period when the Prophet was passing through extremely discouraging conditions. The historical background of his surah. Before this, in Surah 93, Ad-Duha, and Surah 94, Ash-Shar, we have seen that when in the earliest phase of prophethood, the Prophet was passing through the most trying conditions. When the whole nation had turned hostile, there was resistance and opposition on every side, and the Prophet and a handful of his companions did not see any remote chance of success. God, in order to console and encourage him, at that time, had sent down several verses. In Surah 93, Ad-Duha, it was said,
"And surely the later period,"
for example, every later period,
"is better for you than the former period, and soon your Lord shall give you so much, that you shall be well pleased."
In Surah 94, Ash-Shar,
"And we exalted your renown for you."
that is,
Though the enemies are trying to defame you throughout the country, we on the contrary, have arranged to exalt your name and fame. And the fact is, that along with every hardship, there is also ease. That is, you should not be disheartened by the severity of conditions. At this time, this period of hardships will soon pass, and the period of success and victory will follow.
Such were the conditions in which God, by sending down this surah, consoled the Prophet, as well as foretold the destruction of his opponents. The disbelieving Quraysh said,
"Muhammad cut off from his community, and reduced to a powerless and helpless individual."
According to Ikrimah, when the Prophet was appointed a prophet, and he began to call the people to Islam, the Quraysh said,
"Muhammad is cut off from his people, as a tree is cut off from its root, which might fall to the ground any moment." Narrated by Ibn Jarir.
Muhammad bin Ishaq says,
Whenever the Prophet was mentioned before As bin Wa'il as-Sami, the chief of Mecca, he used to say, "Let him alone, for he is only a childless man, Abtar, with no male offspring. When he dies, there will be no one to remember him."
Shamir bin Atiyah says that Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayt also used to say similar things about the Prophet, as narrated by Ibn Jarir. According to Ibn Abbas, once Ka'b bin Ashraf, the Jewish chief of Medina, came to Mecca, and the Quraysh chief said to him,
"Just see this boy, who is cut off from his people. He thinks he is superior to us, whereas we manage the Hajj, look after the Kaaba, and water the pilgrims."
Concerning this very incident, Ikrimah reports that the Quraysh had used the words, as Sunbur al-Munbatir min Qawmihi,
meaning, a weak, helpless, and childless man who is cut off from his people,
for the Prophet, as narrated by Ibn Jarir. Ibn Sa'd and Ibn Asakir have related that Abdullah bin Abbas said,
"The eldest son of the Prophet was Qasim, next to him was Zainab, next to her Abdullah, and next to him 3 daughters, viz. Kulsum, Fatima and Ruqayya. Of them first Qasim died, and then Abdullah. Thereupon, As bin Wa'il said, 'His line has come to an end, now he is Abtar,' meaning cut off, from root."
Some traditions add that As bin Wa'il as-Sami said,
"Muhammad is Abtar, he has no son to succeed him. When he dies, his memory will perish, and you will be rid of him."
The tradition from Ibn Abbas, which Abd bin Humayd has related, shows that Abu Jahl also had said similar words on the death of the Prophet's son Abdullah. Ibn Abi Hatim has related on the authority of Shmir bin Atiyah that the same kind of meanness was shown by Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayt, by rejoicing at this bereavement of the Prophet. Atta says that when the second son of the Prophet died, his own uncle Abu Lahab,
whose house was next to his,
hastened to the pagans, and gave them the good news.
Batira, Muhammadan, al-Lail. Muhammad has become childless this night, or he is cut off, from root.
Such were the disturbing conditions under which this surah was sent down. The Quraysh were angry with him, because he worshipped and served only God, and repudiated their idolatry publicly. For this very reason, he was deprived of the rank, esteem, and honor that he enjoyed among his people before prophethood, and was now as cut off from his community. The handful of his companions also were helpless poor people, who were being persecuted and tyrannized. Furthermore, he was bereaved by the death of 2 sons, one after the other, whereas, the near relatives, and the people of his clan, brotherhood, and neighborhood, were rejoicing and uttering such words as were disheartening and disturbing, for a noble person who had treated even his enemies most kindly. At this, God just in one sentence of this brief surah, gave him the good news, which has never been given to any man in the world besides, the decision that it will be his opponents, who will be cut off from their root, and not he. Surah 108. Al-Kawthar.
Literally, the most abundant good. Also, a river in paradise.
In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Indeed we have granted you, O Muhammad, Al-Kawthar. So pray to your Lord, and sacrifice to him alone. Indeed your enemy is the one cut off
from all good in this world, and the hereafter.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed listening to this book, please give it a like, and consider subscribing to the channel, and click the notifications button, so you don't miss out on any other videos.